Hey, what's up everyone? This is Zarina, your Upland neighbor, bringing you the floor today, July 20th, in all Upland cities. And we're going to talk about, you built your Upland kingdom in Upland kingdoms, and now what now? So just a little bit about that and a little bit about some other stuff. Let's go ahead and chat. So I do actually have a little calculator to total what your workers are worth. So if you're looking to find out, because the market does fluctuate, but if you want to use this calculator, I do have it available on my Etsy store, but I've given you a glimpse basically right now as to what things are costing on the UPX end of things in Los Angeles. So what you can see is farmers basically cost nothing, miners cost nothing because they don't require any resources. But when you get over to cooks and brewers, those have little elements like beets, carrots, potatoes that go into them. So what I've done is insert a little calculator so you can see this takes 2 beets, this takes 2 carrots, this takes 2 potatoes. That total altogether for what is being sold currently, those values come from the UPX side of unit. The lowest unit, so lowest price per unit is what this price is. You guys can put in, the other way around if you're charging different, or if you're going the other way, you want to see if it's just lowest price. You guys can fill that out in your own. If you buy the calculator, it's only $1. It's a digital download from my Etsy store, just so you can have your own copy. And I ask that you don't share copies and that you allow other people to purchase their own copies, because again, it is just $1 and it does help support my channel. So if you're curious, nights in LA go for around 62 UPX, 62.97 UPX. Let's just call it 63 UPX in Upland. As far as the price for if you're paying UPX, that's kind of coming out of your Upland UPX. It's about 63 UPX just for the actual assets if you're buying them from the store. However, you have to also add into the actual price for the peasant, how the peasant is valued, which is going right now around 400 to 500 UPX, depending on who you're working with. So add on top of your 500 or 400 UPX the value that the individual workers cost to get your actual full value when you sell your workers. So if you are in Upland Kingdoms wondering what do I do next, I would definitely go on Discord and look in Upland Kingdoms channel. I'll have to leave the link for Upland Kingdoms in the description as well if you haven't joined the Kingdoms Court Discord set up by Rob the agency, and I help over there as a mod. But definitely come over there because there's a great buy, sell, trade channel for each city. So you can definitely change over here. This says Los Angeles, but you can use this for, calculating all of the different city markets for determining what these people or these workers are worth where you're trying to buy them. I think LA has a lot of people selling, but if you go to Kansas City, nights might actually cost more when you're doing this because there's a lot of people not on the market selling too much and things are really high for certain things like iron ingots. So definitely check out the calculator if you want. And if you again, you can right now get a glimpse of right now LA just from the work I've done here for today. So this is today's, let me raise this. Oops, I'm trying to raise that up. There you go. This is today's market. So it looks like knights and pikemen actually, and swordsmen are the most expensive. So I was thinking that archers would be more expensive, but they're not really. They're very cheap over here. So you can see pikemen are actually really close to the knights and the swordsmen as far as their value. Fairly pricey military person. So alright, that's that. So again, if you're interested in this calculator, the link will be in my description. It is available on my Etsy store. It's a digital download. You just open up the Google Sheet, make a copy, and you'll go ahead and start just using this column over here where it's white to enter the values to get your totals that will total up in the worth column, or the worth, rows, the worth row. Another thing that I want to talk about is I'm going to be taking a hiatus for not quite a couple weeks, but I'll be returning, I hope to, God willing, return August 1st, back to giving you guys the floor and giving you guys some news and what's going on. But I do need to take a break. Lots of in real life stuff has happened, and I just needed to focus on my own life for a week or two, before I go back to work, because my summer break is almost over. So that's that news. And now let's talk about the floor. Here we are, July 20th, with this green going upwards. Arlington's going up, but down on the dollar side. I actually have to go check out that one. That's $7.77 because that's not a bad price in Arlington. Los Angeles actually going up on the dollar side and UPIC side. Manhattan creeping up just a tiny bit, but still low on that dollar side. Another place is going down is Rutherford on the UPIC side. Santa Clara on the dollar side down to $15.75. San Francisco $8.39. Hate to see it. Staten Island coming back up on the dollar side, but going down on the UPIC side. So where are we going from here? What I'll tell you is that I've kind of learned a little bit of a lesson. When I see things going down, sometimes I'm like, oh, you should buy that, it's going down. But now I'm like, maybe it's just gonna keep crashing and it's just like no point in buying it actually until you see where it settles. So, as these prices kind of plummet down in places like Rutherford, San Francisco, and Manhattan, it might not be like so worth it to like grab them all up unless you really have an individual purpose for these properties. I wouldn't bank on utility from anything other than like layer 2 opportunities. Otherwise, it might not be worth it to just like go buy these just because. Like, definitely have a game strategy so that you don't end up feeling like you're holding bags and getting like jaded like some players have. If you have your own purpose and strategy for buying these properties, go for it. But do not purchase because you're thinking you're going to be able to flip it for more to somebody else, because that might not be the case. Alright everybody, happy hunting. I will see you guys in Upland.